Hello, Reverend Brian here. It's good to be with you. This is my first video of 2022, and I just want to share a few things that have been going on at the church and perhaps more importantly what's coming up. The pandemic has been a challenge for all of us, and it really does feel like progress, that we're moving through it both as a wider society and as at UUFRC. We're back to in-person worship services in March. We have a children and youth religious education program, in person, which is exploring Our Whole Life's a wonderful, incredible sexuality curriculum. And that's great to have that going. And of course, this past Sunday, we had in-person singing for the first time, which was great. I know singing for me is very important. And of course, I know it is for many of you. So there does feel like there's progress moving forward. And I know for many organisations, the pandemic's just been a time of surviving, and we recognise why that was the case. But here at UUFRC, not only did we survive, we're thriving right now. Our church leadership made some great decisions over the last year and a half about let's really look at how we want to come out of the pandemic. Where do we want to go moving forward? We set up the Strategic Planning Task Force. We set up the Children, Youth, Family Visioning Task Force. We've also been looking with a subgroup at how to basically model and better utilise our financial resources. And all of that's really kind of resulted in some great work being nurtured in the congregation. And some of you have probably heard or at least read about in Betha Harrison's wonderful zine article about the Children, Youth and Family Visioning work, which has come up with this idea of proposing 2 Sundays a month, in the next church year, where we're going to do a slightly different model. We'll still have a worship service, but it'll be shorter, and then we'll have different opportunities to explore the worship topic in an intergenerational way where we can learn from each other. We can have this creative interchange between the generations. And when we talk about intergenerational, it's not just children and youth and the rest of the congregation. I want us to start thinking about intergenerational and all the different age groups that come in. We've got the young children, we've got the older elementary children, we've got the middle and high school youth, we've got young adults, we've got perhaps young adults that have families, and then we've got 40, 50, 60-year-olds, all the way up to the elders of the community. And how can we learn from each other? How can we co-create with each other? And that's what we're really looking to try and do with this new model, because we live in an incredibly generationally fragmented community where there's not always a lot of communication between generations. And church is one of the few intergenerational communities most of us have. So we really want to intentionally make use of that and build this great interchange between the generations. And I think that is going to be an incredible program that we're bringing. So thank you to everyone involved in the children, youth and family, and all of those who are going to make this happen in the coming year. I can't wait. And of course, to make a lot of this happen, we need the financial support. Of course, we need the talent, the skills, the energy and the commitment of the congregation to make it happen. But we also need the financial support of each of you. And if we do that through the pledge campaign, our biggest source of income is the pledges that each of us make to this community. And that will be happening in this coming Sunday. We'll start the pledge campaign. We're only in a week-long pledge campaign. You'll be receiving a letter on Sunday to give you more information about how to do that. And just to highlight, the pledge is a promise you make for the coming fiscal year, which is July 2022 through 2023, June 2023, is what amount would you like to give to the congregation? You can do it monthly, you can do it one-off. However you want to do it, that's up to you. This is just a pledge of how much you would like to do it, because once we know that, we can see the budget that we want to do, which is a visionary budget that we would like to have. If we can hit that budget, then here's the things that we will be able to do next year that I think will really set this congregation on a really vibrant and exciting path. So that will be happening this coming Sunday. I'll be talking a bit more about this during Sunday. We'll also talk a little bit about the financial presentation to give you a little more information around that. But that's, coming up in the next. And the other thing is, very important to the congregation that's coming up in May 1st is the installation, my installation. And then a ministerial installation for a congregation is really the culmination of the search process. And this is where we come together and formalise the promises we make to one another, the promises the minister and the congregation make to one another about how we want to co-minister, how we want to collaborate, how we want to co-lead this congregation into the future that we're planning. And of course, it'll be a fun party as well. That'll be happening in May 1st, but it'll also be a profound worship service where we honour the commitments and the covenant we make to one another about how we wish to lead the congregation in the future. It's an honour to be your minister. I can't wait to, as we step into all these steps, the pledge campaign, the installation, because we have a future that I'm excited about. It's inspiring to me, and I hope it's inspiring to you. So that's it from me, and love, compassion, and justice. Reverend Brian, take care. Hopefully see you Sunday.